Things. Okay, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Excellent.
It's really hot here.
Oh man, it's heating
Very
up
hot
here
here
as
too.
well. I
Okay.
mean, it's going to get up to 32 degrees Celsius in my part of the world. Apologize for those who still in the archaic method of Fahrenheit, but that is hot, and I think it's only going to get hotter as well. It's too late. Okay, so anyway, welcome back to important things like Call of the Netherdeep, as you mighty band of adventurers, with Caspian holding on to, quite luckily, the Jewel of the Three Prayers, having almost been pickpocketed, but managed to identify the thief, who turned out to be none other than Irvin Wastewalker. And you started on your road to Bazozan, looking for clues about the calamity, and at the urgings of Ashru the Goblin from Jigao, things are more closely, there is some history, shall we say, to the calamity back in Bazozan. And Didload Bazozan's not the nicest place to be. It's basically a forward outpost to keep demonic and devilish invasions from invading the town. Actually demonic. And you already had an encounter with one of those things, with taking on some demonic carrion. We found a puddle of goop and a creature from above, a mighty vrock, attacking you. But you managed to fend it off. What made if you remember, what made the encounter even more difficult was the fact that not long after leaving Jigao, you came across, during the camping of the night, it was really weird. There was the full moon of Cather, which is kind of equivalent to our moon here on Earth, and the second moon, the so-called moon of ill omen, a red moon. And when you saw it as a little crescent shape, but before long it turned into a big old full moon, and you all felt cursed. Mechanically, what that meant is that everybody was rolling at disadvantage for everything on the D20, which made the encounter even more difficult. But you've recovered from that. You've taken a rest, successful rest. So, take a long rest, mechanically speaking. And mighty band of adventurers, what would you like to do?
If I remember correctly, we had some precious, delicious stew or soup.
Ah, that's right.
Because I seem to have 10 temporary hit points.
Yes, that's true. I forgot about. Yes, that is also true. Yep. And
Cool. So
yeah.
that's normal.
You do have the temporary hit points. Oh, actually, there's two people I don't know. And you've kind of given away the game there. Joe / Daku, did you drink from the stew? And I think Caspian, did you drink from the stew?
Yes, I did. But you asked that in text as well.
I did. I got a reply from you, but I think you, Daku, were on a bit of the fence. So would you have drinking?
I was a bit on the fence, but then I rolled, and you said that I would have, so I did.
Okay, so Caspian, you can take that many temporary hit points, and Daku, you can take, ooh, look at that, 9 temporary hit points. Yeah, you're right. So drinking from the stew, feeling good. The watch was heading north to Jigao. They were a bit confused and concerned about why the hell you'd be going to Bazozan in the first place. But yes, you're right. So you rest with the Aurora watch group. Take your long rest if you haven't already had one. And then, mighty band of adventurers, what would you like to do?
Would we have camped out with those guards, or
Yes.
would we kept going?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just head south, right? We need to get to the caravan point.
Yeah, whereabouts are we on the map, Malcolm? Are we where that purple line? Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
This thing here.
And there is where the tracks led to, right? Towards south.
Yeah, it's fairly well defined. Like if you see this black dotted line, that's an actual road that you're on. And then you'll obviously turn east
Like
here.
the horse tracks that we are following.
that would have left the encounter before someone escaped.
Who,
And
who took the dagger with the name?
I think I might.
Either I have it or because I couldn't read it, I gave it to someone to read it. But he has Waste Walker on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pure chili wasteful.
Yeah, and also, just to confirm as well, the dagger is nice. I mean, it has a very fine blade on it. The grip is very good. And you can tell there's something special about it. I don't think I'm giving too much away when I'm saying it's a +1 dagger.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think you did say last time as well.
Okay. I was going to cast Identify as a ritual to try to, but you already said so.
I
Um,
think we asked the guards last time, but I forget what they said. We mentioned that there was some horse tracks leading away from where
And
we
they
came from.
saw a person in the horse, but they didn't stop him. They just
Okay.
continue walking and yeah. But it was one person and one horse. So
And then
Yep.
they told us that they'd seen or heard of a couple pretty crazy looking monsters in the area recently, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Can it before she because she wants to go to the soldier, the guard that she lied to, and she says, "I'm very sorry for lying. Just once again, um, I didn't know how you would take the fact that we are aiming to a crazy journey. I'm really sorry."
It's alright. We all make up stories on the road to survive, so it's fine, love. No worry. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
When I almost got robbed by Irvin, I also stole his pouch and checked his pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the dagger that we found as one of his?
Tell what, make an investigation check as you compare the pouch to the dagger. So you can spot any similarities between the two.
Yeah, not so much checking the pouch, but more like, have I seen dagger before on him when I checked?
Make an intelligence check. Actually, we'll do it that way. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Make an intelligence check. See if you can identify the dagger. Irvin does use daggers. You did see two strapped at his side. They look like mundane daggers, though. I mean, this is a very, very fine dagger. So it kind of maybe adds a little bit to the confusion. Do need the name Waste Walker, but you did not see it on Irvin.
Okay, thank you.
well,
So
do we
let's
be on
back.
our way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm keen in continuing the journey.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Might be the best.
Yeah.
If the sun's up, let's get walking.
Okay, so you start heading south along the road. Once again, it's like a really dark place, even out here, not that far from civilization. It's a depressing place. And let's say Caspian, can you roll me a d8, please? Oh,
So
one. Okay. So for the first half of the day, you just hunker down and head south as quickly as you can. But then on one side, you spot an overturned wagon in a ditch on the side of the road. Now, you've seen wagons like this before, and it usually have some type of ox pulling it. There is no ox. There is just this wagon. That's what you can see from now. It's about 200 feet away. It's your how far you can see is relatively far on this one.
I check the air and surroundings for any big creatures that might be lurking, like a rock, for instance?
Learning from experience, absolutely. Make a perception check.
Probably
Ah.
won't see it.
Well, you don't. You have to roll pretty badly not to see a rock, but there's definitely no rocks around. You do see some carrion birds like vultures. Nothing like the vulture thing that attacked you before, but nothing that immediately strikes you as in need of concern.
I start making my way towards the caravan.
I would also like to go investigate the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to also investigate the front part where the ox would be, and I'm try to see like there is any tracks of the ox or any sign of fighting closely of the front part of the wagon.
Okay, so Vincent,
I
you're
don't care
heading.
about that. I'm gonna see if there's any loot, any money left. Guys, there might still be some treasure there. They seem to have left in kind of a hurry.
Just be careful.
Yeah,
Careful is my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be
Still be
nice
in
if
the
you
area.
can still use this wagon. That would improve our travel a lot.
Why, and you push?
I mean, I'm gonna try to find the ox if he's still nearby.
Even from this distance, you can tell that you'd need some type of pack animal. It's quite a large wagon. So Vincent, as you approach us, I think Joe was checking it out. Caspian scanning the sky. Kimmik, what were you doing?
Kermit, she's a little bit concerned about whether we may be attacked at any moment. So she's going to be ready to fire a spell if something happens.
Okay,
After investigating.
cool. I think
After my team investigates. Yeah.
sure. So we have the investigation team was Edward, Daku, and Vincent, I believe. And what's Mr. Bog doing?
How far off the path is the wagon?
It's pretty close to the path. Like,
Okay, yeah, I guess just as soon as we kind of see it, and then as people start breaking off, Bog will also just start trying to perceive the area around to see if there's any threat still, or if this is an ambush of some sort.
okay, so Bog and Kimmik, as you're keeping an eye out as Caspian scanned the skies, why don't you make a perception check as well? Wow. So you both scan around. Maybe there's bandits hiding in the bushes. There's relatively no low bushes. You're pretty sure whatever's happened here, it's not an ambush in your opinion.
So I kind of go off high alert a little bit and just kind of hang around and look to see what comes up.
Okay. Edward, Daku, and Vincent, as you approach, you do notice there's a couple... there's the bodies, or they look like bodies. One of them's very obviously dead because it's got a broken neck. But there appears to be a body of an orc and 2 drows as you get closer.
Be careful not to touch anything too much.
Is
They
there
might
any
be-
of that group, that black group that we found in the other place?
There might
nope.
be explosives underneath.
Do I think that they killed each other? Like the orcs were fighting the drow? Were they friends? Or
Okay.
something else killed them all?
If you go up, Edward, and have a close look at them, you can make a medicine check.
Absolutely.
If you want to hang back, though, because they're right next to the wagon, you can do it at disadvantage. So it's your choice.
No, I'll go right near to the bodies, and whilst I try to ascertain what killed them, I'll have a look at the pockets as well.
Okay, cool.
So what am I rolling?
Medicine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you crouch down. One of the drow, his neck is at a very odd angle. You see the other drow as well. There's no like piercing or any type of weapon damage as far as you can see, and a similar thing with the orc. And I think with a medicine 15, you ascertain that some type of bludgeoning damage to it. Like they've got like crushed bones, deep bruises on them, and the drow with a snapped neck. So you think they've been bludgeoned to death, but with a 15, that's all you ascertain. Nothing like arrows or swords or claws for that matter. Bludgeoned to death is what you get.
Do I know of giant worms in the desert? I just recently watched Dune, so...
Make a history check.
Oh, that's gonna go brilliantly, isn't it?
Do I see any sign of the ox?
No, you should have. Just completely out of game. How was Dune? Is it good?
That's very good.
Okay.
Brilliant
Very good.
film.
Okay, good. I shall watch it then. So Vincent, you're scanning for the ox.
Yes.
Same thing. Perception check.
Okay.
Nope.
And in their pockets, Malcolm, did I find any letter, any money? That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, you don't find any letters. You do find around the orc's, the drow's broken neck, there's a small key, like this little small iron key.
Okay, well, yeah. What you see is Edward kind of like summons in Alexander, his puppet, and both of them go to work on these bodies, trying to ascertain what happened. They kind of lay the bodies one next to each other, quite close, and then afterwards he goes to you. Well, they don't seem the rich kind, but they do have a key. They were bludgeoned to death. I don't know with what, but
Are we close to a hill or something? Like, is there any boulders nearby? Like, maybe some boulders.
Nope. No large boulders.
Dagu would like to check around the carriage, see if there's any explosives or fireworks or anything that might go off at any moment. Like if it was a trap set up by whoever was here.
Okay, same thing. You can do an investigation or perception on the wagon itself. I'll say since you're searching for traps, you're not actually, touching the wagon because you're fearing traps. Yeah, but investigation or perception, up to you. You don't notice any traps, so it's untrapped in your opinion. What you do notice, though, on the far end of the wagon, even with a 7, you notice that where the ox would be, the harness and the straps and everything have been snapped, and there's some damage to the base of the carriage as well, where these things would attach. And it doesn't take a genius to know that it looks like the oxen has broken free. It hasn't like been released. It's just maybe panicked and pulled away from the wagon, and is nowhere to be seen.
and there's no chests around the carriage.
No, but you
Perhaps.
can't see in the carriage at the moment. Like it's a closed carriage.
All right, I'll open it up. I'll use my shadow, my puppet, to do it.
To open it up. Okay. Alright, so you were checking the body, you were there. You guys, we'll say we're there. Okay. So, this is how you describe it. The shadows checking the back of the wagon. Darker, you're checking for traps and stuff. Edward, you're arranging the bodies. And the rest of you are kind of keeping an eye out. Feel free to adjust yourself slightly, but that's basically how I see it.
Coming from is the top of it the north? So would we be north of the wagon right now?
I'm going to flip the world around and say you're approaching from the south. Just that's the way I set up the map. So you came from down here. Oops, down here.
Yeah, that'd probably be.
Okay. Don't take this as ominous, but please roll for initiative.
Oh no.
How do you not take that as ominous? Ooh, off the bat.
Oh, and Bog counteracted
Sorry,
it.
Bob.
Yes. Look at that sweet, sweet 7.
35. Here we go.
Man, I have to take the first one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, everybody's up there. Oh, sorry. There's one other person with you as well. Did Didrik come with you? Or did he stay with the caravan? He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how is he looking now after a rest?
He's looking at.
And some soup.
He's looking a lot better. So let's roll Deirdre in as well.
I do think we would have told him to stay even behind Caspian. It's like, just don't get too close.
Okay. I'll adjust that in just a second. He gets a 12. Okay, so
Just
Deirdre.
before me.
So, as your shadow opens it, some creatures come out. These are really weird looking creatures. They're more like motes of light than anything else. I think you might know what these are. Okay.
He's those pesky little things again.
Oops. I'll just bring them onto the map. So they all were more or less waiting for someone to open the back of the carriage. Edward's shadow has applied, helped out. So as soon as you open up the cabin, these wisps just instantly come out. I don't think your shadow is going to be able to survive this. As they come at the first one, it's going to attack at advantage using its shock attack. And I don't think your shadow can take 13 points of damage, can it, Edward?
He can. And he disappears.
Poof. Okay. And then this... well, we'll go through this shadow. I think I need a surprise round. Having killed the shadow, it's going to fly up over here. And these two shadows are going to disappear. So once again, rules as written for invisibility. You do know the location of the invisible creature as dust and various other things kind of swoop around it. So you know where you are, but these things are invisible. So if you attack them, that's what will happen. But yeah, so zaps the shadow, vroom vroom. They disappear the either side, and yeah, they're going to use their invisibility. Okay, so we'll swing around to the top. Holy shit, look at that Will-O-Wisp initiative. What the hell did I roll?
Holy hell.
Again, they get plus... is that right?
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
7, 8, or 9.
No, they get plus 9 to their initiative.
Yeah.
So they rolled
Wow.
very well. So as this one disappears into visible, whoosh, swoops around right next to you, Daku. And as it's going to attack you at advantage. So this will be at advantage. Rolls a 19, which I think will hit you, Daku.
Yep.
as it zaps into you for 8 points of lightning damage. It's a buzz, and then it becomes visible. That's its turn. This one does the same thing. Swings down next to Edward. At advantage, it swings out a little bit of lightning, jumps from you to it, and completely and utterly misses. And for the first time, I'll give myself a wah 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 as it rolls a natural 1. Daku, this thing is around you. What do you do?
When you say this thing's around me, is it enveloped or is it more like just floating there?
It's floating. It's like an orb of light, and it's just zapping you.
All right. I'm going to, Daku's gonna kind of just reach for a dagger in his pocket, and he's gonna look over his shoulder to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent might need a little help here. And he's gonna try to slash this magical wisp with his dagger.
Okay, taking a swing.
Is that a disadvantage?
I know it became visible when it attacked you. As did
dope.
this one for that matter.
19.
19 just hits.
What?
Yep. So, roll damage as you stab at it. Yeah.
Last hits, you said.
Nope, ignore the sneak attack damage. Sorry.
So 5 points of damage, yeah. And it's quite a difficult shot. These things are very fast. You can all around you, and you feel you got a little bit lucky with the attack that you did get on it. Is that your turn, Daku?
Bonus action. I would like, as I'm asking Vincent for help, I would like to bonus action give him the help. Action give him the help action.
Sure. So we'll say when Vincent attacks this particular creature, he will get advantage from it. Okay?
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Okay, Vincent.
Yeah, hearing that cool, I'm just gonna to dash here and let me attack this thing.
Okay, as Daku points out the sweet spot to hit it, you can roll at advantage.
Yes. Okay. Where's my attack? Okay.
Yep, you can roll.
Advantage, right?
Yeah, so just in case. But the 24 hits as you hack into it. Okay, got it.
10. And I'm gonna bonus action attack with on the end, the double bladed. So I don't have advantage anymore, right?
No, just for the first one.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are rolling well. 21 hits as well.
9 damage.
Okay, got it. Okay, so once again, these things are flying around, and you're desperately trying to attack it, and you do manage to get just the right angle, Vincent. I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yes.
This one comes and dive bombs upon you, Edward. And reaches out to shock you. And rolls a natural 20. Oops.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Doing 15 points of lightning damage.
Ouch.
As it lights up. And then this continues to all around you. Dedrick. Let me bring up Dedrick's sheet. Where are you, Mr. Dedrick? There you are. Okay, so Dedrick, he's looking a lot better than he was before. He does have a short bow on him. So take careful aim with the short bow. I'm going to say on the one to the north for Edward. So short bow attack. Boom. Let's see what he rolls. What he's doing so well. So short bow flies across the battlefield, thumps into this thing. Wow, that's 10 points of damage to the one to the north. Kimmick, things have gone bad quickly. What do you do?
I'm going to attempt something that might not work, but I want to create an illusion around here of Edward's scream to see if one of the creatures will actually react to it and leave him alone. So this is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so
Long one.
so this isn't actually your shadow, but it's a rather useful token for the illusion. Create a sound.
A little bit further from Edward.
Okay. And was it making any sound? Oh, you can create a sound or an image.
Edward's voice. Yeah, a scream. It's just a sound, which is Edward's voice.
Oh, it's just the sound. Okay.
To see if they react. Yeah, to see if they react.
Okay, so sound coming from here. Okay, we'll see if they react when it comes to their turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your turn, Kimmick?
Yes.
Edward.
I call forth Alexander right behind this will-o-wisp here. And with my left hand, you see the strings connect to him behind. My right hand grasps for the greatsword, and I say, Alexander, let's even out the numbers. And we both swing leftwards, trying to cut this light in half.
Okay.
So that's going to be 2 attacks. One coming from me, and one coming from Alexander.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So I assume it's the one between you. First one, hacks with the greatsword, 9 points of damage. Got it? But the next one is just too quick. Swing and a miss.
And
no action.
I action surge.
Oh, okay.
I see that Alexander misses. I quickly gain my balance, spin, and then use the momentum of the slash to downwards cut it in half.
Oh, let's see.
Just make sure I tick off these things, otherwise later I forget. Please. I don't think that will hit.
No, not even close. Just a plain old swing and a miss.
Okay.
It's so fast.
Man, these things are hard to hit. Stand still.
They, for some
Can I use the chrono shift
Hmm?
and go back in time and allow Edward to try again?
you certainly can. Take another.
What does that do? I reroll?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your Kimmick is
Oh,
twisting
thank you.
time to maybe in this multiverse you succeed.
I don't think that does it.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
worse.
These things are just too quick. Even the multiverse shifting slightly doesn't help you. That's a bad sign.
Nope. Not when you roll a 4 and
Oh.
2.
All right.
Next time, Edward.
Caspian, you see Edward surrounded. He's not doing too well. What would you like to do?
Caspian is going to move up and he will cast Dissonant Whispers as a 2nd level and twinned on both of the ones. No, on one of the ones at Edward, the one that got hit,
Uh-huh.
and the one between Vincent and Daku.
Okay. What type of save do they need to make? Wisdom 14.
Yes.
Okay, so 14. Get a +2 from this. Natural 20. And a dirty 20. So unfortunately, as your dissonant whispers, do they take half damage?
Yeah, so each takes 6 damage.
Each take 6 damage. Okay. Okay, so your spooky voice echoes across the battlefield, and things kind of shake a little bit, but they're still up, and more interestingly, they're not fleeing.
Yep, and that's my turn.
Okay, Bog, a little slow off the mark, my friend. What would you like to do?
That's all right. this works out. Bog will reach out his hand and look towards Daku and Vincent and the orb floating that way, and he'll reach out his hand and he'll call forth a moonbeam. And he'll center it as such so that the edge of it just barely gets the wisp and no one else. And as it comes down from the...
Take that away. Use this moonbeam instead.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's right.
It
I
adds
was very...
two to
Yeah, I
your
was
17.
hung up on the actual radius, so there we go.
Yeah,
But
and this one does double damage, isn't it?
It looks cool. Okay, so moonbeam cast, concentrating on moonbeam.
Yep,
Which-
and I'll yell out kind of as I cast it, Vincent, Daku, try not to walk into this, and then cast it.
Okay, so the moonbeam boom goes up. You're concentrating on it. Nothing. Oh, actually, is it this one? It does actually happen now because now it's the start of its turn. So what does it need to roll?
It is a Constitution saving throw, save DC 15.
Rolls a 13, so roll damage on that.
Go.
Okay, so it's going to take 11 points of damage. That is nice. Okay,
It's radiant damage if that matters.
nope. But yeah, so we'll take that full damage. It's buzzing around. It's a little annoyed, it seems. It's going to use its action to turn invisible. Boop!
Which one? Which one?
The one between Daku and Vincent. And it's going to move away. Daku and Vincent, you can have attacks of opportunity, but they will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Nope.
Ominous sounds.
So nice.
Oh, so it slips between your grasp, just too fast and too zippy. And
Daku not hit?
nope, 18 misses.
Oh.
The one next to Edward is going to attack Edward once again, using its shock. Little bolts of electricity zip, shoots out. Oh, another natural 20.
What?
Yeah. For 20
Birds
points
have
of...
die.
Well, it's not looking good.
It can't make a voice, Kamek. It can't make a voice.
It can make a voice.
Be an image.
No,
Yeah.
I chose a voice. I chose a voice.
Oh.
It's just the voice, not the image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. On Edward, that was a natural 20, as I said. And it does 20 points of damage. You down?
Nope.
Whew. Okay, but it does that. I'm going to see this... We're going to give the second one a chance, Kamek, to be affected by your illusion. Okay, it's going to be difficult, though, as they do have a target, and the target's getting beaten up. So I think what we'll do, Kamek, let me see. Roll a d20 and roll a 15 or higher.
Sorry. Let me just read something here.
Sure. So doesn't work, unfortunately, Kamek.
I'm reading the Sentinel feat because I remember it does something when it attacks someone that is not him.
Yeah.
You get to create.
I can do chrono shift.
Haven't
events.
you already used your reaction, though?
Yeah.
For the last time Edward got hit?
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against the target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against. So, because he attacked me, can my echo attack him?
Can you bring up the description of that again, please? Just post it
I'm
in
not
the...
sure how the rules work here. Because I know my clones also have the sentinel feet. If I take it.
Shadows. Benefit from scent. Let's have a look. I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
think
me too. It's up to you. We can let it go now, so we don't waste time. I'll try and find out.
Okay, if you could, that would be great. But yeah, we'll say your sentinel doesn't get a sentinel attack. Okay, so by Kimmik, your illusion didn't seem to work. Edward's getting the crap beaten out of him. Daku. Daku. Joe.
I think you're unmuted. Hold on.
Sorry, I muted my mic.
Okay, cool. What you got?
Daku is going to move 20 feet over towards Kimmik's position, and he's going to exchange the dagger in his bag and pull the short bow on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to... actually, am I in range of that? Oh, yep, perfect. Bonus action, give the help action to Edward. He's going to call out, "Oi, Edward, these things can be hit. Hack away at him, bud." And I'm going to shoot my, my Daku voice is off today.
So good.
I'm going to shoot the wisp. If I can get my cursor right. I'm going to shoot the wisp north of Edward.
Sure, take a shot. Straight roll, they're not invisible, so... Oh! Yeah, that absolutely hits.
For 8 piercing.
This one here? Yeah. The arrow strikes straight and... oh, the other one? Oh, okay. Well, that's a good choice, because that was the one that would be injured. So as you kill it... don't think there's anything... yeah, it just vanishes in a puff of light and just dissipates with little motes of air. Nice shot.
And then before my turn, I'm just going to ask Kimmik, what do you make of these things? You ever seen them before?
Can I, I need to check my mind to see if I remember.
Okay, well, make a history check if you like. You know these things are willow wisps, and they tend to be restless spirits, like spirits who really should be somewhere else, but they can't get there for whatever reason. Restless spirits. And I see you're ruloring there, Bruno, and the answer is no. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
good to know.
Yeah, we did well. Sorry, I got distracted trying to find out that. What happened to this will-o-wisp?
Daku shot it with an arrow and it dissipated in a puff of light.
Daku is my hero. He always was. I never stopped believing him.
Cool. Okay. Assuming that's your turn, use your bonus action to help. Okay, and you moved. Cool. Vincent.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same as Daku did. I'm gonna move here on the side and pull up my crossbow. Yes, my crossbow, and I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Okay, take a shot.
It's a regular
Yep.
roll, right?
Yep, it's a regular hard roll, but you guys keep on making it.
Oh, not
There we go. You shoot your crossbow, just flies over. No hits.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay, Dedrick says, it's not how you do it. This is how you do it. And he fires his short bow. Oh, he misses too. It's a good roll, but not good enough. Pachoo! Flies away. Okay, Kimmick.
I'm going to conjure a magic missile and try to hit this whisper.
Okay, cool. So just roll 3d4 plus 3, if you like. So 2, 7, and one more, 11. Okay. If you don't see my pretty face at the moment, I suggest you see my pretty face because I added this cool magic missile effect. Watch this.
Wow.
Oh,
Watch out! Oh my gosh!
too
Nice.
Hit you.
And
Are you
even...
casting it at second level?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's
You
one
could
more.
use shield, Malcolm.
yeah, it's one more.
Sorry.
It's four
If you
shots,
cast
right?
it at second level,
Yes.
So you get one more
then you
missile.
have
One more. Oh.
Tell you what, Kimmick, this is how we usually do it. Your first 3 missiles hit this one, and boof, it dissipates. If you like, and if it's in range, you can attack this one as well with your 4th magic missile. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
To do that.
So, I'm going to press magic missile again, because I like pressing the magic missile button. And even better than that, the 3rd and final wisp disappears. Kimmick, that was baller. And Kimmick, I have a question for you. This is something I've pre-recorded with my wife. Listen.
How do you want to do this?
Kamek says something. Kamek says, "Go to hell in Aquin," and yeah, he literally just does that because I think she's too nice to do something else. But
How
yeah,
how
go to
does
hell.
Aquan sound like? I imagine it sounding like
It's like
Daffy
the
Duck.
whales. No, it's like the whales sound.
Like that.
I just imagine that pufferfish in court that's just spewing out
Yeah.
water.
It's like,
Do you remember
and
the
it sounds like-
Finding Nemo movie? Yeah.
It's common underwater.
sound.
It's like a whale, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, you see her take a while saying it. It does take a while saying it, but eventually she launches the missile and the whispers are gone.
Okay, nice. Okay, as the
As they explode, Edward looks back and tells you, Did you see how I single-handedly finished all of those lights? That's how you do it, guys." And he's limping.
Very well
Yeah.
done, Edward. Are you feeling
Yeah.
okay?
Come here, come close. Yeah, let me help you.
Fine.
Let me
And
help
I
you.
go back to the wagon, limping.
Vincent approaches you, and you see his arm kind of opens, and you see like a syringe comes out of it, and it
I cast
shots
shield.
shots you in your neck. It's cure wounds. So I'm gonna cast cure wounds on you. So
nice.
Never do drugs, kids.
it's 700. But
Oh,
it's
thank
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because he's using his a prosthetic arm, and you see like it's kind of mechanical. It's not very magical. But yeah, he did shot you in the neck. Heal you for 7.
Malcolm,
Yep.
Better now, okay?
is cremation an acceptable burial practice or for drow and orcs?
I would say yes. Before we get there, though, you can absolutely try and bury him if you like, Caspian. But I'm going to change a little bit of the death scenes for the will-o'-wisps. As the will-o'-wisps kind of disappear into these little motes of light, as each one has come, you see one goes for the orc, one goes for the drow, and one goes for the other drow. So as they dissipate in little motes of light, They enter into the bodies of the drow, and then you see a gentle white light among the drow. Then almost a misty spirit type thing rises from them and then dissipates. And you'll feel pretty...
That's how you put them to rest.
That is exactly how you put them to rest. And
Did we
you
just
hear...
murder these guys' souls?
You hear faint sounds on the wind in Orcish and Drow. So if you speak those languages, does at least one person speak that language?
Is Drow Elvish?
Oh, Elvish, yeah. Elvish or Orcish.
Yeah,
I speak Elvish.
I
also.
speak Elvish.
I speak Elvish.
You hear, maybe not the orc, but you hear the faint whisper on the wind. It says like, "Thank you, thank you."
Oh, that was creepy.
And everybody can actually, you can all have something.
2 level ups.
No, not quite that good, unfortunately. Now, this is technically a charm of heroism, but we're going to treat it exactly the same as a potion of heroism. So this is a charm that the departing spirits place on you. We'll just say it's a
So
potion.
We get the effect of the potion.
Whenever you want to use it. Yeah, you get the effect of the potion. So you can invoke the charm of heroism whenever
But-
you like.
But not now, okay?
Not now. No, it's when you choose to use it.
And each
Okay.
of us, right, got one.
Yeah, yeah. But it's easier just to add to your character sheet a potion of heroism. It functions pretty much the same. And you can activate your
So-
charm as a bonus action.
When it says we're under the effect of the bless spell, so that means
Yep.
we get to roll the d4 and add it. It's not that we get to like cast bless on other people, right?
No, just on yourself.
Gotcha.
But for example, if someone else blesses you, there will be a double bless, so you could get plus 2d4 potentially. So yeah. And so I just wanted to mention that. I thought you guys would be interested in that. Caspian. Yes, you think a cremation would be the way to bury these, to deal with the bodies.
Well, guys, let's not just give their spirits a proper farewell, but also their bodies. I don't think we have much use of this card.
Yeah, if you could find the ox, maybe, but without the...
Is there a chest inside the cart?
Yes, there is.
I use the key.
Okay.
I want to use my magic hand first to touch the chest.
Okay, you touch the...
I'm there before anyone else.
Oh, okay. Kimek, you rush forward to try and deal with it. But before you get there, the key doesn't fit. And do you open it?
Yes, I do open it, and I say, "This is payment for putting your souls to rest. It hurts being the good guy."
You find a 50 gold pieces, and you find a potion as well.
I say, "There's nothing but a potion here." I keep the gold.
As Kimek is approaching to try and help you, you need to make me a sleight of hand check.
Sure.
And
Bog
with
also wants to see if he can tell.
Do I need to roll deception as well?
no, well, yeah, roll deception. Yep.
Okay.
Well, we'll say with your sleight of hand that beats everybody's passive perception. So you quickly shuffle the 50 gold pieces into your pouch as Kimek just arrives around the corner. And passive insights. Bog and Caspian and Kimek. You know he's not quite being as truthful as he could.
Bog would just walk over and just look inside and just say, well, if you happen to find anything that would help the party, Edward, let us know.
There is this potion. I don't know what it does. I give him the potion.
Okay, looking at the potion, Bog. It's transparent liquid. So it looks like water, apart from something that almost looks like a toenail or a fingernail inside of the potion.
Nail juice.
Ew.
Vincent had mentioned something about being able to identify unknown things, so I would walk over
Yeah.
and hand it.
Yeah,
Man.
do it.
Bog, are you sure? He only has one hand, and you give him something with nails? I mean,
He has two.
I have 2 hands. Come on.
You're going to use your, I assume, identify on it, Vincent?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the potion and then sit like for 10 minutes and
Do we want to take a rest while you do that?
I could do some rest. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to taking a rest, but
yeah,
I would
it's-
also like to take a look at that dagger we found earlier.
Okay.
I need some time to build a fear up higher as well.
Vincent, that's what you work out what it is. Do you share that with the party?
Yes.
What do you say?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, guys. This. Yeah, I think Bug was right. It seems to be a potion of huge giant strength. So, yeah, those are useful toenails. But yeah, I think Edward's going to like this one.
I'm already as strong as a giant. I don't need it.
I don't know about that.
I think you should give that to Daku, or yourself.
I'm afraid I'll have to pass. Why be a giant when you could be the mouse that scares it?
Yeah. I prefer to use my agility rather than my strength.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, I
No
could
one
use
else
my
wants it.
strength whenever I use my claws, maybe. Mostly into Arcana, so maybe someone else will use it better.
Seems like it might be best for Edward. Then.
Yeah.
sure, I'll keep it.
I mean, Bog,
I
what
don't
happens if you transform after drinking that?
He gets the strength of the animal he transforms
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you drink the potion before you transform? Then you'd have that strength as well, right?
I mean,
Yeah, as written,
after.
I would. 'Cause whatever effects I have before continue. But I still think probably easier, like probably more applicable. I think it's probably more applicable to Edward. At least he could hang on to it, and if one of us else needs it, he could always hand it back.
Just one thing that I would have done when I noticed that Edward was lying, was cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
And
Are you prying through?
not yet. First, I'm just gonna ask Edward. So, just a potion inside of there, nothing else?
Yeah, pretty much.
What surface thoughts would Edward have?
You feel a lot of, you know, when you go to do an exam or something important, and you always start thinking, did I do this well enough? Did I practice well enough? Why did I fail? I should have done this and this and that. So you feel a lot of insecurity coming from Edward.
Okay.
I'm gonna pry.
Okay, make a wisdom saving
is-
throw.
What is that? Wisdom.
DC 14. If it fails. Okay, so for one thing, you know that Caspian is delving deeper into your mind. And so if it fails, you gain insight to its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. Something it worries, loves, or hate. Are you worried about being caught, Edward?
You don't feel that Edward is worried about being caught. You feel because you're now prying deeper. Edward has convinced himself, and now you can hear his thoughts, that this money is his. He needs it more than anyone else. He did the job as everyone else, and he was the first one to get here. He shared the potion, no one wanted it. So the money's his, and he's convinced of that. So in his mind, he's not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
And he's not scared of being caught because, like I said, he's done nothing wrong. So why be caught?
So that's
Why
what you
would
get,
you lie?
Caspian.
If you didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean, lie? There was money, yes. Get off my head. I took the money. It's mine. What are you
You lied
doing?
about it. Why don't you trust us? Why should we trust you?
Why should I trust you? Are you always so candid? Get off my mind.
Can Kamek see that Caspian is casting a spell on Edward?
Let's see. Yeah.
The spell was cast before the conversation started, and it was cast on myself, so it should have been done before that. It's not something I cast in that moment.
I see.
Yes, it delved into your mind because you were lying to us. You hid the gold. There was gold and a potion, and you kept the gold to yourself. It was not you that killed those two will-o-wisps.
Look,
You didn't even
if
kill
you
one.
ever need gold, come and ask me. I'll give you.
I don't think I'll ask you for anything.
I'll just ask you for one thing. If you want to read my thoughts, ask. Don't just go prying into someone's privacy. That's just wrong.
Lying is wrong as well, but you don't care about that either. So why should I care about you?
Where I come from, you lie or you die.
Well, with a party like this, it's more like lie and you die. And I walk away. And I start building the funeral pyre.
Are you using the wagon to build the pyre?
Yep.
Edward just moves away from everyone else, gets a bit of distance.
Kamek also, once she finds out
and-
that Edward was lying, sorry, before all of this happens, she just whispers to Edward, if it was something important, you would share with the party, wouldn't you?
He doesn't reply, he just moves away, and he leaves Alexander in a defensive stance behind, as he's now crouching on the road, like kind of waiting for you to get done and carry on.
Daku would
Oh.
like to approach the funeral pyre.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a photo out of his bag. I'm not going to say what's on it unless somebody's nearby that wants to check, but he's going to take one look at that photo and then throw it into the fire.
Kamek is feeling very awkward. she just decides to rest a bit as well.
Okay.
Yes, Vincent tries to change the subject. So yeah, I think the weather is going to. It's getting warm, right? Are you going to see the red moon today again? What do you guys think?
Uh, Chemical, so she goes to Caspian and she asks if the jewel is carrying, if it's proving to have any, if it is proven to be heavier than, if he feels alright.
I'm fine. I just generally don't give my trust easily. And I
Yeah,
guess
you
it was
also noticed,
misplaced.
didn't you?
Yeah.
I think he's just a kid, you know. I think let's see if it was something important like the potion seemed, maybe maybe he would share.
But you do not know. We can't know. And all it
I
just
guess
simply
with
means is that
time,
we can't trust him.
we're gonna get the trust. I don't trust easily either. It's only time and new experiences that will dictate that, and I think we should always keep an open heart.
Why should I trust someone with my life as we are fighting together, if you can't even trust us with the truth of a few gold pieces? How
Has he
much would
proved
the...
before during a fight that he would just leave you behind or leave you to die? That's a
No,
serious accusation.
it does not, but it does mean that he cares more about some gold pieces than about the rest of us.
Hmm. I haven't seen enough to think that, but I understand why you feel that way. Either way, I came here to make sure that you're alright because that jewel has got some magic properties and I just want to make sure you feel alright. I don't want to take it. I wouldn't want to. But just honestly asking if you're okay.
I'm okay. Don't worry about me.
Alright. And she joins Vincent and Daku.
You just see Dagu throw something in the fire.
Bog
Old
would just
memories?
I'm sorry?
Old memories?
Not, not old enough, apparently. So, what do you make of our little journey?
Honestly, the today is the first time since I joined you guys that I feel a tension, but I was having lots of fun, and I couldn't remember really having fun. My life has been dragged towards the not so funny, you know, situation. But yeah, I kind of forgot what that meant, and I'm sorry that something happened that would. Either way, I hope you understand what I mean, and I'm just babbling.
Yeah, I understand. I've been traveling with this group for a hot minute now. It gets tense at times, but at least until today, we'll always have each other's back. Not sure what's going on with Caspian and Edward, but they'll figure it out. They have more important things to worry about at the moment.
It's very good that you feel like you you got each other's back. That's a rare thing.
It's a new feeling for me. I like it.
That's good. That's
How
really
about
good.
you, How about you, Vincent? You alright, mate?
Yeah, quite alright. Thank you for asking. I was just really thinking that we could use that wagon.
As it erupts in
still-
flames.
Yeah, I know it's now.
It's too late.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, guys, let's. I think we should continue, and then yeah.
Oh, by the way, do either of you know who has the dagger? I kind of wanted to take a look at it, being that I
I think
and he pulls out his dagger.
Edward has it. I
Oh,
guess
I'll
Edward or
try.
Caspian.
I'll try and get it if Caspian doesn't have it.
Uh, no need. If Edward has it, I'll go to have a talk. I'll go have a talk with the boy.
All right. You're going to have a talk now?
I mean, unless we want to start heading out.
Oh, because I just had a suggestion for you to tell him on my behalf, but I'll tell him in person. I'll tell him myself. It's just, from where I come from, sometimes people that lie, they kind of get their fins. It's weird. Like feet turning to fins and hands turning to fins, and it didn't happen to him, so I really don't believe that it was a serious lie if he was lying. Either way, if you talk to him, let him know that. Let him know it came from me, and it should all be good. Maybe we'll make him laugh a bit. Yeah, I know. Where I come from, it's very weird.
Just out of the game, do me a favor. Can you put that in messages? Because I have a very terrible memory.
Sure, I will do.
All right. Before I go talk to Edward, did anybody else want to do like an RP thing? I don't want to hog the spotlight or anything.
I think Bog, you had something, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just gonna go over to Edward and see how he's holding up since he took most of the damage. Walk over to him and say, "How are you feeling, Edward?"
As you get close to, like, I assume towards Alexander, he kind of hoists his shield up and blocks it. But you're quite perceptive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Edward is hunching, and he's playing with a female puppet dressed in purple, white dress with purple. I think he showed it to Kemek before. It's his mum. He's crying. Obviously, you can hear him cry, even though he's trying to hide. And he's just talking to the puppet, say, "But these are my first friends, and I ruined Mum. I don't know what I did wrong. You keep saying you'll be fine, but what if they leave me like everyone else?" And he's just crying. But then he notices that you're there, and he hides the puppet. And he stands and looks at you. "Can I help you?"
Yeah, can you maybe stand your friend here down so we can talk for a second?
He disappears as he, moves his hand in front. "Yeah, sure."
I just wanted to check up on you and see how you're feeling. Looks like you took the brunt of the damage there. During the fight, I mean.
But I'm fine. Actually, now that after the rest, I didn't update my hit points, but you see that he's bandaged the parts that were burned from the light. I mean, he's bruised, but he's good, so you don't need to heal him.
And couldn't help but notice you and Caspian had a bit of an argument.
He was a bit rude. I felt completely naked as he just pried into my mind.
Well,
I mean, my mind is not for everyone else to see. It's my mind, and he just took it.
well, you have a good point, but do you understand why maybe he thought it was important to tell you about trust in a group like this? Could you see where he was coming from, or are you confused?
I think it's because he has money problems, and he needs to pay off some debts. It must be.
Well,
I'm used to getting beaten up for the money I stole. I didn't expect it from Caspian, though. That's what hurts.
well, I can tell you, I'm probably the one with, as you say, money problems. I don't have much, and Caspian has been pretty giving in the past, and I'll kind of like tap the Horizon back shield, and I'll be like, he helped me purchase this, so I don't think it's that as much as I mean, as you've noticed, things have been pretty dangerous since we've all met, and when it comes down to life or death fights, you want to make sure that the people you're with have your back and you can trust them. So maybe you can see why him realizing you lied about the money, the gold, made him upset. I just think next time honesty is the best, because like if you said you're willing to help out with money anyway, then there's no real reason to lie, because if those visions we saw meant anything, then we're on a path filled with danger, and you're so young and you've already shown how strong and capable you are. But a part of that is also trusting who you're with. So, not to make this a bigger deal than it needs to be, but I just wanted to check on you if you're alright and let you know you could trust us.
He kind of looks down. Next time I find money, I'll share it with you guys.
Well, you might not need to even do that. Just if you feel like you want to lie to us, maybe just think twice. Sometimes a little white lie's good, but sometimes they become a lot of white lies and become something serious. So, I trust you, Edward. Just think next time about something like that. But you keep the money. I think we all know we can come to you if we need some.
This is getting awkward now. Can we go? And he's like the typical teenager, like, this is too serious for him now.
Just kind of laugh. I'll be like, well, I'm ready to go. I'll head out with the rest of y'all when y'all are ready.
And he was opening up to you, but like I assumed that it was only us talking, not everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I figure
Yeah,
you're on
yeah.
the map. It's kind of where we were.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of hang out, walk away.
He hugs your leg because he's probably very short. He hugs your leg before you go. Thanks, Bog.
Oh, no problem. And then just kind of walk back over and just mention, well, Edward seems bandaged up whenever we want to start heading out. And then just kind of watch the...
I'm so sorry. My mic was muted the whole time.
Oh no!
I wanted to approach Edward at the end.
Okay.
Oh man, this is getting
That's
crowded.
I mean, if we're past that point, that's fine. But
No.
No, I mean, as I walk away, I would just say, oh, hey, Daku. And then I would mention that to everyone a little louder, like, Edward's bandaged up. And then just go watch the fire.
I'm just gonna stay like 15 back from Edward. Hey, mate, you got a sick?
Yeah. Can I help?
Yeah. Well, first off, I was hoping to take a look at that dagger you got there.
Sure. You see that he had it in a very safe spot with his belongings, and he's wrapped in the fabric. It's kind of like high quality leather. He unwraps it and he tells you, "I'm saving this just in case he belongs to Irvin. He tried to steal from us. He's gonna feel pain with it."
And pain he needs to feel.
And he hands it over to you. Yeah, you can have a look. I mean, you're better with daggers than I am.
I'm just gonna hold my dagger next to the +1 dagger, and I'm just gonna go. better craftsmanship, better material, really. Looks like he got himself a nice weapon.
I think you got yourself a nice weapon.
Oh,
And
this?
yeah, he doesn't. He just like moves his hand. You keep it. As I said, it fits you better. I prefer sheer strength.
Well, I appreciate that, but if we find Ivan, I'll give it back to him. Whether or not it's given back peacefully is a different matter.
Make sure the pointy part is pointing towards him.
The only thing, as I've said before, interesting about the dagger is the name engraved on it. Kirkali Wastewalker, and a +1 dagger, of course.
Oh, gotcha. You're a funny guy, Edward. But I also have met a lot of funny people in my life. Funny people who always have a story underneath. If you got time tonight, I'd be more than willing to hear it.
Everyone has a story. Perhaps one day I share it. I'm just a kid trying to be the best bounty hunter Alexandria has ever seen.
I had a I knew somebody like you. He was my mentor. We called him the Jumping Pine Tree. He would rob from the rich and give back to the poor. And he was a good friend. Remind me a lot of him.
Where is he?
He died a while back. You know, that's the thing about half-elves and humans, not too much of a year span. It was pretty old.
I'm sorry I make you... I remind him of you. No, sorry. How do you say that? I remind you of him.
Oh, no, nothing to be sorry about. You remind me of all the good aspects of him.
As he says that, you see that he looks at the puppet that looks like his mom and his dad.
Whatever it is that is troubling you can be overcome. And I know not your motivations for anything, but I know you, and I know you have a good reason for it. Just try to keep that optimistic attitude of yours, alright? And I just kind of tap him on the shoulder. Otherwise, like Hammock says over there, they'll start growing fins and tails.
He was smiling, but at the end of your conversation, he was looking rather scared. Checking his neck for gills.
I see you and I'm just like, I'm bugging with you, mate. I'm bugging.
Oh, please. Your sarcasm. I'm not very good reading it. Just make a sign when you're saying something but you actually mean other things, okay? Like touch your nose.
Daku's gonna nod and he turns away. I'm gonna round up the group. Maybe we could start walking. And then
Just
out of
go.
game real fast. Is Edward proficient with daggers?
I think as a fighter, he's proficient with any martial art weapons.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Alright.
I mean,
Other than that-
out of character, he
Everyone's
was-
proficient with daggers.
Oh, there we go.
Fair
he
enough.
was held hostage, not hostage, he was held captive at the military facility of the Dwendalian Empire, and that's how he learned how to fight, by seeing all the militia. So he practiced by himself on his cage, but yeah, he knows how to fight. I mean, you've seen him using a weapon. He looks very skimpy, very skinny, but he's actually quite strong and capable.
I wasn't trying to imply you were weak or anything.
Yeah, and proficient with the weapons.
Alright. Oh, Daku's just gonna give you a little hand wave and then he's gonna walk on back to the group.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, Kimmik.
Kamek, as she we're reaching the end of the short rest, she approaches the team and she says, "Guys, it has only come to my mind that where we're heading is is a huge risk, and according to all the stories, we're really heading towards something terrible. And I wonder what drives you, each and one of you, like to such destiny. What is really pulling you all together and aiming towards such a terrible place? I know my reason, but I'm curious about yours. Bog?
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, you figure I was talking to you, but I was muted, but somehow you knew I was talking to you.
Same here, man.
Bog,
It's all good.
Bog would speak up and go. Well, Kamek, I can go first, but maybe maybe we keep walking and we can kind of walk and talk at the same time. I think I can do that.
That's
Like
fine by me.
depending on what time it is. What time of day is it, Malcolm?
It's about 1 p.m. now, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay to keep moving.
Okay, so farewelling the wagon, the orc, the drow who left you with a blessing of yourself, you start heading south once again. And if Bog is capable of walking and talking, this would be his chance.
Yeah. Um, well, I actually Kamek kind of fell into this group a lot like Daku did. We were all around Urzin, and I was actually off with a party of mine who wanted to go see the huge horizon back tortoise at Urzin, but the swamp had other plans, so um, I've been a bit aimless for a while. I was on the sea for some years, and before that I was a merchant, and I'm a far away from home, but um, I don't have any family anymore. So other than my tribe back home, I kind of stick to myself now and choose to explore the world a bit. So
Where are you from?
great. Off the top of my head, I have it written down. Uh, oh, it's a small forest in the in the Empire in the Northeast called Crispvale Thicket. But frankly, I've lived more on the road for the last century and a half or so than I have back home with the tribe. So my home has kind of been everywhere.
I see. Does this mission scare you?
Yeah, I think it'd be a little foolish if it didn't. This whole area is so new to me and so foreign, and frankly, if we come up against some of these creatures those guards talked about, or like that bird that we saw previously, yeah, it's a little scary, but mainly for that reason, less than the unknown. I'm okay with the unknown, but um, there's an element of turning into some of these beasts that I really enjoy because I like to think maybe they're more brave than I would be. So
Hmm.
if I need to, I have a way to face off against some of these scary things, but it's also really exciting. So it's a good trade-off.
That's a great answer. And what about everyone else? Like, what makes you stick to the group? What makes you adventure towards such a dangerous place like Bazuzan?
Uh, I don't know. For me, it seems the only way forward. I mean, I do have people to come back to, but they seem to be better without me. So, and also, I kind of feel this is important. Like as a blood hunter, like one of my missions is to fight the demons, to kill demons, and seeing that
Mm.
this place is fighting the demons and like have this problem for so many years. So I I kind of feel like that's part of my mission, my that I has to do it. So yeah, I'm just following the trail that was put in front of me, really. So I'm just glad that I can walk together with you guys.
I understand the gut feeling of having to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe calling it a destiny or something, but I don't know. I don't feel that special. I think I'm just a regular guy, try to do the right thing, and yeah, if I can help that guy in the vision, yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. So yeah, but answer your question, yes, I'm terrified. Of course, I'm really, really terrified, but I don't know. I feel safer with you guys. For some reason, I think that you guys are going to get my back. Like you guys, you're
Just
gonna
so
make
weird
it.
to think
Yeah.
that I can, whenever I get scared, I can just get inside my shell and I feel like everything suddenly is safe. You guys don't have a shell. You just rely on your mind or on each other. It's a very weird thought for me, honestly. Very, very weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can think of it like people have different shells. I mean, you have a physical shell, but and like, at least for me, I try to hide behind uh, my emotions. I try to shut it and to keep it, uh, and that's my shell. I try to hide behind it and just move forward.
And get strength from them. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I know, I understand if some of you don't want to answer. I'm still new in the group. But yeah, I guess it's, I guess it's fair for me to say that what drives me is the fact that the red tendrils that we saw on the image back there, those were very similar to what my mom is having, and she's very sick. And I'm very curious to find the reason for that, a little bit more history. And I will do whatever it takes to find more about that disease and how to cure it. And that's why I'm going to Bazzoxan, and I'm very glad that I'm not alone. I'm going to tell you guys this.
So speaking of this illness, are you sure that is the same thing? Like the same thing that your mother has is that head thing that we saw?
I'm not sure, but it is the closest I've come to in the past months. I've been seeking for a cure. Months, years, I don't even know. I've lost sense of time, but every single day that's my purpose, to read about it, try to find out about it, but this is the closest,
Do you
and
know
I'll do it.
how your mother got it?
It was very sudden. It started with a fever. She slowly couldn't move her limbs, and she stuck to a bed now, and you see Kamek gets teary and she stops talking.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't try to make you remember and
No,
cry.
it's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay. But yeah, I need to find out more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we are on this together, so uh, my my tip for you is, I know that's hard, but uh, trusting your friends. I think that's like you need to let it go sometimes. I know that's hard. Like a lot of people try to do you wrong, but when you're on the road together and fighting, it's good to rely on people and know that you can count on them and talk to them and ask for help and cry, laugh, do all those things together. And
He suddenly looks like a little kid again, and her eyes wide open, and she looks at you. She looks at everyone. Is like, "Are you my friends?"
well, of course we are. What are you talking about?
Oh my god! And just, she suddenly hugs you, and she's like, she's a kid again. You know,
Okay.
and she missed it.
Hmm. Yeah, Vincent just laughs. Yeah, I mean, everyone that I think puts his life on the line. For me, it's immediate, my friend. Like, if we fight together and you are just fighting and fighting it for us, for the group. So so for me, we are like immediate friends. For me, just I mean, of course, like with the travel and everything else, we can get closer, like by knowing each other better. But I already consider all of you my friends.
And you can see that she lost a sense of what a hug is, so she's kind of hugging you in a very awkward way. But suddenly she stops hugging you.
Yeah,
It's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
yeah.
so sorry. I don't know how to do this anymore."
Vincent doesn't know like if he needs to hug the shell together or your the front part, or he's trying also to to figure out how to hug a turtle. Yeah,
I'm back.
We'll make this work eventually.
yeah, we get there.
Sorry.
Let's make a handshake. I think it's better.
Yeah, handshake is fine. I really appreciate your words. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah. Daku,
Yes.
did you hear the bit? I can write it down for you if you want.
I literally just went to go get food. I don't know what happened.
All right. Saying very quickly, Bog and Vincent answered Kamek about the reasons why they are together and what if they're scared about going to Bazazan, what really drives them. And Kamek said that the reason to go to Bazazan is because the red tendrils that we saw on the vision, they are the closest thing she ever found related to her mom's disease, and she will do everything it takes to figure out more and get more answers.
Oh shit. That's pretty heavy.
She's happy to do it with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kamek doesn't have anything else to say unless someone else wants to um, answer, but she's happy to continue the journey.
I guess I'll say something. All right. So you asked why we're doing this, right?
Yes.
Um, Justice, revenge, power, and to make a better future for somebody I care about.
So we're not dead. That last part, huh?
Hmm?
we're not that different regarding that last part. Different objectives, but I also want to make a better future for my mom.
I mean, technically, but my mom's dead. I was thinking of someone else.
I'm sorry about that.
It's not you who's gonna be sorry. But yeah, that's why I do what I do.
I'll do my best to help you guys as well in whatever way I can.
I'm sorry to hear about your mom.
Yeah. Got to act fast. That's what I know. And she takes a deep breath and she continues walking faster.
I just find it kind of funny that the time wizard is in a rush.
Never enough time.
There's never enough time, and there's some limitations to the magic. That's another thing. I've been studying whether I can reverse time to that level. To the time where my mom was cursed as an evil. If you ever figure out if there is an answer for that, it'll be all years.
Malcolm, I have a question.
Yes.
The color of... Is there anything about Ruidus and the tendrils we saw? Like, was there any... Like, was the color... I know you said, like, red tendrils in the vision and Ruidus is, like, kind of pink or red, but, like, are they... Is there anything about them that looks similar at all, even if just in color?
Well, Bruidus is definitely red. It's not pink. If I said pink, that was an
okay.
error, but it's definitely
Maybe
red.
that was me.
Tell you what, make me just a general intelligence check.
We'll say Bog is thinking about this as we're walking, and
Sure.
this probably won't be too high, but
They're both red, we'll say. You're not sure if they're a similar enough red. I mean, of course, the tendrils you only saw in the vision, right? Your mind was probably spinning at the time. So both red. Beyond that, you're not sure.
when Kemek mentioned it, Bog will just kind of put his head up and be like, "Do you all think there may be some connection between the moon and the vision we saw? I mean, at the very least, the moon is red and those tendrils are red, and I can't help but think it becoming an automatic full moon has something to do with the path we're on now."
Yeah. I don't know. I guess. Do you think Bazazan will have the answer for that?
I don't think it'll have the answer, but I think it might lead us to where we need to go to get the answer.
And Malcolm, can you remind at least me, the reason going to Balazan again was the goblin said who was there or what was there?
Okay. In fact, I'll do you one better. I'll get the notes for you and I'll copy them in so you can see exactly.
Okay.
And
I'll copy them.
Okay, this might look.
Ushru told us we need to meet Verin Tellis.
Okay, so this, this might look like it's from my wife, but it's really from me. That's what Ushru said initially. Okay. And then this is what he shared in particular about Bazozan. Like this bit. So the Jewel of the Three Players is a vestige of divergence from the time of the Calamity. Now, the Calamity, if you're watching Exandria Unlimited, it's a pretty dark, horrible time when the Age of Arcana ended. But now, thousands of years ago, and he said there's no place with links to the Calamity that he knows stronger than Bazozan. So Vestige of Divergence, which is from the time of the Calamity. Bazozan has strong connections to the Calamity. So, without any further leads to go on, Bazozan. Kind of, not so much, yeah, more the Calamity side of things. Vest is strong in Calamity, Bazozan has strong Calamity links.
Got it. Perfect.
Okay. Let's see if there's
Well,
some...
yeah, I don't think we'll have the answer, Chemic, but sounds like we're getting some clues, and the next one is Bazozan, I think.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Anybody else?
I'm good.
Okay. So, you head south with the flaming wagon in the background, and there's smoke, but eventually it dies down, and you press on for the remainder of the day. You set up camp. Once again, this is desert-like conditions. It's getting damn cold. Can someone make me a survival check at advantage as you all look for a more safer place to go?
Oh.
Who's doing the survival check?
Oh, that would be me. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a
Can
plus
two
0. I
people-
can't do it.
Can 2 people do it?
Well, this is why Bog's rolling at advantage as you help him. So roll again, Bog. 15. Okay, so you do find some rocks that have absorbed a lot of the heat around the Jorhasian region, and you press your backs up against it. You get some warmth throughout the night, and the night goes uneventfully. You can all take a long rest, so feel free to click that nice button. And you head south, getting closer to the Emerald Loop caravan stop, which is not that far away. But before you get there, let's have... Who hasn't rolled for a while? Vincent, roll me a d8.
Okay.
8. Okay. You get through most of the day, getting closer and closer to destiny, if nothing else. And you look up ahead. There's something coming from behind you. You all see it because there's a big dust cloud coming. It's like about 500 feet away, and it's heading in your direction. It looks like it's moving at quite a quick pace. What do you do?
Does it look huge?
Make a perception check.
Is that the ox?
I'll give you this one for free. Oxes don't move that fast. This one is moving incredibly fast.
Vincent's obsessed with these oxen right now.
I want that ox.
When I say fast, I mean fast. I say with such a great perception check, I'll give you a bit more information than just fast.
And did you say did this after our long rest or
Yep.
before?
After. You camped,
No.
got up, left. Okay, when I say fast, I really do mean fast. This is moving, in your estimate, at least twice as fast than you can run, Bog. And also, you notice there's maybe 3 creatures heading in your direction. And that's what you'll get for that.
I'm going to use Gift of Alacrity to the closest character to me.
And does it look like they're coming right for us, or they're just like traveling? Are they on the path traveling
Yes.
right towards us? You said.
Yes, straight towards you.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't tell what it is exactly, right? Just
No.
I see 3 creatures in a dust
Yeah.
cloud.
Yep.
Caspian will cast invisibility on Daku and Vincent.
Okay.
Whoa.
So Daku and Vincent, you disappear.
Yeah, I'm
mean-
gonna use also my bonus action to activate my Crimson Right. I take a small dagger from my pocket and I cut my forearm, and the blood goes into my blades.
Okay. Sorry, who was
I'd also
invisible?
say-
Who was invisible,
Vincent
Caspian?
and Caspian.
Oh, Vincent and Caspian.
Daku.
Daku.
No, Daku and Vincent. I'm not gonna turn myself invisible.
How are you? Oh, you're upcasting invisibility?
I'm twin casting it.
Oh, you're twin casting it. Okay. Okay.
I
Cool.
will call Alexander, move out of the road, and kind of put Alexander between the sand cloud and me.
Okay, just give me a second.
I'll say, I mean, they're coming fast. Do we want to get off the road and try and hide? Is there anywhere even close around that we could hide, Malcolm?
I'll take a look.
Okay.
They're coming from this direction. Actually, I'll back all of you up. So feel free to position yourself wherever you like. And you'll notice that Vincent and Daku have the invisible tokens on them. And, oh, Caspian, you're not bardically inspired, but you are concentrating. So, yeah, place yourself where you'd like.
With this distance, is it logical that they would have already seen us?
You're not sure. I mean, it's very obvious for them to see you, for you to see them, because it's moving so damn fast and there's this big dust cloud. You yourself are not kicking up a dust cloud, so you're unsure.
I say we get off the road and hide. Maybe we don't have to deal with anything.
Let's get in here. At least we've
So, yeah.
got some cover.
Run off and hide.
Okay, feel free to position yourself where you like.
Well,
And
I'm already invisible. I'm already invisible, right? So I think I can stay closer to the world. And,
okay.
Yeah, I also want to hide behind a rock.
Okay. Oh, no rocks there, Kemek.
Oops.
Okay, so you all dash behind this rock, but Daku and Vincent hiding behind the road invisible. So everybody make a stealth check, but Vincent and Daku, you can make it at advantage. Ooh, nice.
Isn't Caspian invisible too?
No, he cast a spell, but not on himself. So it's just Vincent and Daku that get the advantage. Okay, so you all duck down. Vincent and Daku a little bit more in the open, but you're confident in your invisibility. And what you see is, as these things approach, you see a tiefling. A tiefling riding on a Moorbounder. Now, if you don't know what a Moorbounder is, this is a Moorbounder. I think it'd be common enough knowledge that Moorbounders are like maybe the equivalent of horses in this region. You've seen people traveling around as a fast way to travel. And you see her just going through, shit! Ah! Damn it! No! Ah! And behind her, you see two more Moorbounders. These ones look less domesticated than the one this tiefling is riding. She's going, oh shit! No! Ah! And she's tearing through here with these Moorbounders in hot pursuit behind her. What do you do?
Yeah, I cast Spike Growth in front of these Moorbounders.
Okay.
Get the,
And I think...
I'm getting the impact.
Okay, and I think if you're going to do that as an act of aggression, we're going to have to do one of these. And one of these. And one of these.
Dungeon Master, is it okay for me to do the Gift of Alacrity, or shall
Yes.
I save it for next time?
No, you have plenty of time to prepare that as you see the people coming. So, yeah, go for it.
So I cast it on Edward.
Okay, so he gets advantage on initiative.
Is it another D8?
No, I already rolled a 6.
Oh, you rolled 6, so that's
Yeah,
22.
yeah.
Yes, and we'll use the
Hey,
cool.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
So it says a 20 at the ground in a 20-foot radius. Like, I'm
Great.
confused if
Yes, this is sphere, not a square.
I wanted to use my cool effect. That's all right. The 20-foot circle. The green one,
near
circle.
20 foot. Oh, okay.
20-foot radius, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, place it exactly where you like. Okay, so it gets locked down there. Shoomph. Okay, so the spike growth goes off, pops up. Now, at the moment, they don't actually see the spike growth, but you do cast spike growth and little tendrils come out of the ground. And we'll say that kicks off the initiative. Nothing actually happened to the Moorbounders yet, as they're not technically in it. But Vincent, what do you do?
So for this understanding, like this girl is running away from this Moorbander, so he's going to approach here. Am
Okay.
I close enough?
Yep.
Okay, so
And you're invisible enough.
yeah, so so I think my first attack is with advantage as I'm invisible, right?
Yep, but then you pop into visibility. But yes, your first one is at advantage. $13. That's a terrible roll, but it's a good enough roll that hits.
Nice. So that's damage, 10
Okay.
plus my prison right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Another one, 1d4.
So 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just carve into this
And-
creature as it screeches to a halt as it sees you.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack again.
Okay.
So that's a regular roll.
That hits as well.
And 8 plus my prison.
Okay.
Another 2.
It's another 10. Yes, so as this Moorbounder is hurtling towards you, it stops suddenly. There's this tiefling appears and cuts through it
Yeah.
twice. Nice.
Yeah. And that's it for me.
Okay, Edward. What did you roll, Edward, for your stealth? 8. Okay. This is just be a normal roll. You're out in the open, which is kind of makes sense because you're out here, not behind the rocks. That was your first mistake.
I will move here. I'll move Alexander here. As my action, I will shout to the Stiefling, "What happened? Hide behind the rocks. We got you. Stop them."
Oh, thank you. They attacked me and Bryce Pudding here. She panicked and she ran. We've been running ever since. Oh, thank you.
Do I feel like she's telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
Oof, that was almost 19.
You're not sure. I mean,
Alright,
interpret the facts how you will. You see this woman screaming, "Ah!" being chased by these two wild moorbounders. So you can make up your own conclusions.
she said she's been running from them,
Mm-hmm.
so she's in control of her moorbounder. Running.
It's like if you're on a horse and the horse is running and you don't quite know how to control the horse. You see she's almost holding on to the moorbounder, like some of her bridle she's holding on with one hand, kind of leaning off the side. You think she might fall off, in fact. Not in control of her mount.
Yeah, that's as far as I can move.
Okay. The bristled moorbounder is going to take a step. Roll 2d4. Whoever cast it. Okay. Oh, 2. So it takes
2
2.
every 5 feet.
I'm going to say just at the sheer velocity of this thing, regardless of what it wants to do, it's going to take another step into it as well. So roll another 2d4. Then, let's get the stats on this. Are they running, jump? As it lands on the second spike growth, as a reflex more than anything, it takes a massive jump and boom, crashes over there. Oh, I didn't actually record that damage. Another 5 points of damage. And it crashes against that rocks. It's going to trap itself in a corner there. Not knowing what else to do and panicking, it's going to come up here. Since it's been pursuing this for a while, it's going to attack the moorbounder that she's riding on. And moorbounder. Oh, in fact, does a massive jump. It goes 20 feet in the air as it soars over that. And it's going to attack. I don't know why it has a blade attack. Why would it have a blade attack?
I think it has some blades on his front paws. I don't know.
Well, it has rows of long blade-like bristles covering its sleek body.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of using its whole body to throw against the other moorbounder. So attacks with its bladed back. Hits. Attacks with its claws. Hits. And this moorbounder just gets absolutely wrecked. And
Going to use my reaction with the clone to... Actually, I can't because of the position the shadow is. Oh no, I can. Let me read that again. Why is it so complicated?
Rules.
When a creature within 5 feet... Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
Carry on.
So as the bigger moorbounder attacks a smaller moorbounder, doing a huge amount of damage, you see this tiefling desperately try to hold on. And she fails to hold on with a natural 1. Wow, myself. And she falls off the ground. And I think with a natural 1 she lands prone as well, taking 3 points of damage. Okay. Her moorbounder just takes off. The bristled moorbounder will take an attack of opportunity against it with... What would it be better? It would be better with its claws. And it misses. Just whoosh. Shoots on by. Bog.
So Bog is going to wild shape into a giant spider.
Ooh, cool.
They look very much like the ones we found in the tower outside Urzen.
Okay.
And then, as a spider, I'm going to. Sorry, I need to look at this distance real quick. We already is 60 feet. If I were.
Oh, 3 giant spiders.
Malcolm, if I were to be. I'll move Bog there for a second.
Sure.
If I were to move here, where Bog is now, or I guess here's my question: how tall are these rocks around me and Bog and Edward right now?
They're
Caspian.
10 feet. Pretty big boulders.
Okay, so I will transfer. Oh, if I were to climb onto this one, do I have control? Okay. If I were to climb right here, would I have a line of sight to this Moorbounder down here? By the shadow?
I would say no.
Okay, but I would on the top of this boulder, right?
For sure, yeah.
Okay. So, Bog Spider will climb to that boulder.
Mm-hmm.
And use as his action the web attack, and if this hits, the Moorbounder will be restrained. Cool.
Okay, let's see if it
Does
hits.
20 hit?
20
So
does it.
He is automatically restrained.
Okay.
But on his next turn, he can break 3 with a strength check. If he wants to.
Okay, we'll put some webs around him because it looks cool. Oops. Okay, so the web comes out. Does it do damage, or is it just restrains him? Just restrains him.
Restrains him.
Okay, so the Moorbounder is restrained as it gets caught up in this web. And yep, it's not moving. Nice.
Turn.
And I'll click the wild shape sound because it sounds cool. The other Moorbounder, which should be an Bristol Moorbounder, but that's alright. 9 of... That one's still... Oh, no. Vincent attacked that one. That's right. Okay. Vincent, can you just make me an intimidation check, please?
Intimidation?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. -2. It's not that bad.
Okay. It's not bad, but not good enough in this particular instance. And this Moorbounder... it's going to attack you twice. Oh, first one hits with a natural 20 as its blades grind up against you, just being close to this thing. Does 14 points of damage. And then as you're kind of recoiling from that, it digs its claws into you, both go deep into your chest, and you take another 15 points of damage. That's a total of 29 points of damage. And the creature just reels up and roars and gets ready to attack you again. Daku. Invisible Daku.
Yes, I'm here. All right. Oh wait, I thought Kemek went first.
Oh, what happened to
Your
Kimmik?
dex is probably higher.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
I
Malcolm?
think you skipped Caspian.
Yeah, I forgot to pick my token first time, so I had to adjust it, so...
Sure, so
rearranged in order.
you go now, Caspian, then we'll do Daku.
Okay. I am just gonna take a small step forward and then gonna cast Chromatic Orb at both of them, twin it again,
Okay.
and blast them with a ball of fire.
Okay, what do they need to do?
Nothing. I have to roll first against the one that's restrained.
So you have advantage on that one.
I'm gonna cast it at second level. Because why not?
Oh! And this is fire damage?
Yeah, indeed.
And that's doesn't get a save because that's just a hit. So that does 19 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the fire erupts around the creature. It's lit up. It's restrained. Ah, does that do fire damage?
Yes, I decided fire.
I think it's 11. Is that 11 points of damage and the 8 is the type of damage? You roll a d8 for the type of damage.
No, that's the
different spell.
higher level.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But,
so it does
so
19.
19.
You're
Yep.
talking about Witch Bolt, I believe. And the second one is 20 points of damage with 20 to hit.
Okay. So unfortunately, the good news is that you damaged it. The bad news is you burn the web away.
Doesn't it burn one square at a time?
Let's have a look.
I think web burns quite fast.
Yeah, I feel like it would. The web has 5 hit points. I feel like with something like that, it would burn it, you know?
Wouldn't I
It
need
burns
to...
one square at a time.
It's not the spell web, by the way. It's the giant spider web. So that's
Ah, that's different. I think if it's a giant spider web, then that's
At the
That's
end,
right.
at the end that says like the webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube
Yeah.
of webs exposed to fire burns away.
Yeah, I
blah,
think if
blah,
it was like a fire bolt or something, we could say, you know, it didn't hit the web. Potentially, but I think this is.
yeah. But as Caspian pointed out, this is a completely useless spell description I put up because this is a spider's web. It's not the spell web.
Yeah.
And
This
yeah.
is what I.
to AC 10 HP, vulnerable to fire. Yeah, the combination of all that, web's gone. Okay, but cool. Caspian do massive amounts of damage to both of them as they explode in flame. And actually, I'll balance this out. You do an extra 2d4 fire damage. Whoops. Come back, web browser.
Shall I roll?
Sure. Come back, computer. 7. Oh, no. Am I back? Oh, okay, I'm back. Don't know what happened. So what? 7 points of damage. Okay, got it. So we'll balance that up. The web goes away, but the creature burns up in the web for 2d4 points of damage. Okay, cool. Daku, back to you.
All right. So are any of them still restrained right now?
Nope.
No. Okay.
But you do have advantage because you're invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all I need to hear. All right. I'm going to move 30 feet this way. 1 second. I just gotta check something. I'm going to bonus action dash another 30.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yep, bonus action dash another 30 feet. Malcolm, if I go right here, am I in this?
No. It's technically the inside lines, the 2 black lines. That's technically it, so no, you won't. Not that you'd know that,
Alright.
because you don't actually see it, but
Uh,
luckily
Gotcha.
enough, you're
Yep.
safe anyway. Okay, so make an attack at advantage, and of course you'll get sneak attack damage if it hits.
Yep. I'm going to pull out my rapier and I'm going to try to slam it in, or I guess thrust it into the creature's jugular. Well,
Ah.
just thrust it into the creature.
Okay. Yep,
For a
that's a
22.
hit.
16 damage.
16 damage. Okay, the creature recoils back in pain as you hack into it or stab into it. Anyway, that takes a massive amount of damage, but it's still up.
That will be the end of my turn.
Okay, Kimmick, finally.
All right. Let me just do some calculations here. I move towards here, and
Mm-hmm.
I shout to Vincent, "Hey, Vincent, trust me, my friend." And I do a vortex warp on him,
Oh,
and
man.
I try to teleport him from where he is to behind the rocks.
Okay.
Does he have to be willing to do that?
I'm all willing. I was already trying to figure out how to run away from this thing.
Okay, so boomf. Shh. Peer over there.
Yeah. You'll hear Vincent saying, "Thank you."
Okay, that's a
And,
neat spell.
That's the end of Kemik's turn.
Nice. The tiefling on the ground stands up and she says, "Rice pudding! Rice pudding, come back to me! Rice pudding!" And she's going to make a charisma check. And rolls a 15. And you see this Moorbounder, which presumably is rice pudding, screech to a halt. Look around, sees this one very damaged Moorbounder, and has seemed to have stopped. And then the tiefling, excuse me, miss, dashes past Kimmick on the way to her mount. Vincent, back to you.
Okay. After Kim saving my hide there, I'm going to. So it's difficult terrain to climb the rock.
You'd have to make an athletics check to climb up it, and it'll cost you like 10 feet of movement to get there, because you have to climb up a little bit as well.
Okay. So I guess I'm just going to circle it. And I'm going to I'm going to shoot with my crossbow this
Okay.
Moorbounder here.
Now your blood right won't have effect on
No,
this.
no.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
just my blade.
It's just swords. Okay.
So crossbow.
That hits.
18 to hit. That's 12 damage.
Ugh, the creature collapses into a heap.
Wow. I got it, guys. I got it.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, and then that's my turn.
Edward. One more bounder falls. What do you do?
I will move Alexander there.
Doesn't that kill him walking through the spike growth?
No, because he's not a creature.
But that's what spike growth says, then okay.
And I'll move next to the girl. Say, are you okay? Oh, actually, you can't move there. Otherwise, you'll bamf out.
Got to keep that range, right?
So, I think that's as far as I can. Oh, just one closer. I'll stay here and yeah. Are you okay?
I'm much better now. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Just a little beaten up. I'm fine.
And I'll hold an action if a Moorbounder makes his way towards any of us. I'm gonna try and incapacitate him, not to kill him.
Okay.
Just try and knock him down.
Okay, so getting ready there to attack. This one's dead. Rice pudding comes back towards the tiefling. That was that
Spider Bog's gonna see if his web comes back. Let's see. Charge. I needed a 5 or a 6. I don't know.
You got a
what this is
19.
at.
Yeah, maybe try rolling a
Still-
d6 instead.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No.
Nope. I just can't get this web out.
Happens to all of us, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he hanged his head and shambled. And but what he will do. So I will willingly move into here about 5 feet, I guess.
Okay, so roll 2d4. Who cast it? I forget.
That was
Whoever-
me.
Oh, okay, roll 2d4 on yourself. Didn't you roll a double 1 on the bad guys and a double 4 on yourself? That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so I take a I'm hoping this might be really silly actually. Because I was hoping to like entice him into here. But I have to make a concentration check now.
Ooh, that's...
Which was silly of me to do, but what is a con check again? What do I roll?
It's half of the damage you take, or 10, whichever is higher. So in this case, you have to make a con save, DC 10.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oof.
So you immediately stand on your own spikes, and that causes them to disappear. Maybe you could have done that in a different order.
Yeah, probably. Well, it was a risk. I was trying to get him to follow me into it and take a little bit of damage. Well, this is all silly now, so I'll say this. I lost concentration on that. I'm gonna drop. This Moorbounder's gonna be confused. I'm gonna drop my wild shape from this spider and cast Moonbeam as normal Bog. So let me do this. Let me move him out of the way. So now Bog's here, and then
There's a beautiful moonbeam for you.
there we go. Just right on top of him.
Okay, cool.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, and concentrating on it again. Okay, moonbeam whoosh goes up. With Bog does a very convoluted scheme. But now it's its turn. What type of save does it need to make?
15 Constitution.
Con save 15. It rolls a 10. So it takes 16 points of damage. And Bog.
Oh, nice.
How do you want to do this?
Bog just like had stumbled off the rock and taken damage and lost spike growth, and was just so he comes out of his wild shape just puffing and puffing and confused, and let's just say just almost haphazardly just kind of like throws his hand up to cast Moonbeam and just lets it just. I don't know how it really affects him, but just burns right through the Moorbounder coming from on high.
Nice. So with these wild, bristled Moorbounders now defeated, with this tiefling reunited with her mount, it seems, let's take a short break. We're going for a while. We've got about an hour left to go. So let's take a short break, guys, and we'll deal with the fallout of these Moorbounders when we get back. That button?
Can y'all not hear me?
No. Wait,
Yeah.
coming in loud and clear.
There we go. Now.
I think that was me that was confused there for a second. Anyway, yes. So these wild moorbounders defeated. The only person who took a bit of a beating was Edward and poor old Rice Pudding. And as the final bristled moorbounder falls to the ground defeated, you see this tiefling trying to calm down her mouth. She says, "Oh, Rice Pudding, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're safe now. You don't need to worry. We're safe now."
Where were you heading to? You alright? You need a hand?
Oh, well, I think now that Rice Pudding is well under my control, I should be fine. I was actually heading to the Emerald Loop, the caravan stop, which isn't actually that far away from here. But I believe I owe you guys a deep sense of gratitude for saving me. Oh, and my name is Justice, by the way. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Kamek.
Oh, hi, Kimmick.
I heard you calling this rice pudding.
Yeah, it's Rice Pudding. It's my moorbounder.
Did you choose this name?
I suspect I hear some subtle undertext, some judgment there, perhaps. I don't know, but yes, I named it Rice Pudding. Because she's a big
Because
softy
it's
underneath it all.
Such a different name.
It's a very cute name.
It is very cute.
Well, thank you.
Have
Vincent,
you ever eat?
Vincent,
have you
make
ever
me an
ate, rice pudding.
make an animal handling check for me, Vincent.
Okay. I hope he doesn't bite off the other hand. Oh man, that's terrible.
Rice, Rice Pudding turns around and snarls at you. Oh, no, Rice Pudding,
I'm
just...
kidding. I'm kidding.
just-
It's just
no,
a
no, no, no.
nice name.
No, she doesn't speak English. She doesn't speak common. You don't need to worry
Oh.
about that. But she's quite loyal to me. So just keep your distance. As I said, she's a big softy, but you need some time with Rice Pudding. No, but seriously, step back. Step back.
Okay, I stay back. Okay.
Yes, but
Is
she.
Rice Pudding okay? Where did she get hurt?
No, she's not okay. I mean, I fell off her when she bolted. I took a little bit of damage, but yeah, she's a bit hurt.
And are you hurt?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Just a few bruises. And she goes about starting to patch up some of the wounds.
Let me. I can maybe heal Rice Pudding as well, but I need to be able to get close to her.
Okay. The way I stand, assuming you're going to do some type of divine magic, you're going to be casting a spell that requires you to touch her, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I'll try and calm her down, as she's very attached to me, but not so much other people. But yeah, I tell you what, I'll try and calm her down first. Okay, it's okay. He's only here to help. Shh. Okay. Now, I'm not going to tell you what she rolled, but if you rolled a animal handling check as well, Caspian, we'll see how this goes. 10 is good enough. She rolled quite well. It's okay, Rice Pudding. He's here to help. Okay. And you heal Rice Pudding for 7 hit points. Rice Pudding is... He's looking at about half hit points now. Yeah, about half hit points. He's looking a lot healthier. I mean, you've already done so much for me today. I appreciate it. And all the confusion. Where are you guys going?
We're also heading to the caravan camp. There's safety in numbers. You're welcome to come with us.
Well, I've a bit of just a little bit of urgent business there. So if you don't mind, I'm going to rush on ahead. Um, but yeah, I can meet you there. I mean, it's not that far away.
Is
Uh,
is is the urgent matter related to an Udak?
I'm not sure what you mean by an udak. I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
Have you?
Saw one covered in ichor, and someone fled from it.
Wow, I once again, I'm not sure.
Oh well. If you think we can't help with your business, safe travels.
Well, as I said, we're not that far away from there we go, from the stop. But yeah, I'll just meet you there. Just got a quick urgent bit of business. I mean, I just know that old rice pudding here can move a lot faster than I can. So perhaps I'll just meet you there.
Yeah. Safe travels. Hope to
Cool.
see you there.
Yeah, no.
We really can't convince you to come with us? I mean, you'd be safer.
Well, I'm usually pretty safe on rice pudding, but sure, sure. Actually, by sure, that was Malcolm saying sure. Make a persuasion check, Edward.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, but I'll see you there, and I've got a few contacts there. Let's just say I might have a little surprise for you when you get to the stop. A little gift for helping me. But
No worries.
thank you so much.
yeah. See you there.
As well. Safe
And-
travels.
Justice
Bye.
waves back to you, and she bounds out on her moorbounder, moving at the speed of a moorbounder is 70. So just gallops off into the distance.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Should we ask people about Varen Tellus, or do you think that's a bit too straightforward?
We're kinda far away from Bazazan yet, so
We were told who he was, right? Like he was a commander there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
maybe people.
Yeah. I think we just wait until we probably should have asked those guards actually, but
Yeah.
Maybe your next chance, yeah, we might start asking some questions and see what people know.
yeah, like what he's like. That way, when we get
Yeah,
there, we
exactly.
have some. Yeah.
Okay.
That was close.
Do we want to rest a little bit, or do you want to keep going and I can heal you, Vincent?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was almost cut in half there, but I think, yeah, I mean, rest would be nice.
What time of day is it, Malcolm?
2 p.m., something like that.
Yeah, maybe we can take a short rest if you guys are okay.
Well,
Why don't
we've
why
got
don't why don't
magical healing.
why don't I just heal you a bit and we can keep walking as far as we can. Maybe we get to the caravan tonight.
Sure, yeah.
You feel you probably won't get to the caravan tonight, but if you push on through to like 4 a.m., something like that, you can make it.
Yeah, I will also cast on myself Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Wow,
Hey,
terrible roll. Okay.
Bob, can you transform into one of those creatures and just speedily run so at least 3 of us can get there quicker?
Be afraid of split. Yeah, I can, but I'd be afraid of splitting up the party like that.
You can? Alright. And I was actually joking, but that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's how we got Didrik here out of the outpost.
Oh,
I was-
that's such a shame we killed the other 2 then.
Well, I can
Have to be done.
I can transform into them too. It's just gonna take. They're a little bit more powerful than I can transform into right now, but someday I can. I just need to get stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to be clear, there's more bounders which have a challenge rating of 1, so you can do that one. But the more powerful bristled moorbounders are CR3, so
Yeah,
just a
I
standard
can't do that
moorbounder.
for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty high level.
Yeah, I've done them, but I'll relay to Chemic that the normal one I'm used to, but this is the first time I've seen the other one, so it'll take longer. But let's just. I don't want to split up the party, so maybe we should just keep going as long as we can tonight, and then get to the caravan tomorrow.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so you
Do you need any more healing, Vincent?
No, I think I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. I think I can continue.
so you continue. You head further south on the Emerald Loop Road. And Bog, if you want to make me a survival at advantage, as friends help you. 23. Okay. I'm going to say you do find an excellent spot to rest for the night. Off in the distance, though, about 300-400 feet, you see some another campfire, and by this time it is already dark, so you see someone has set up a campfire up ahead of you. What would you like to do?
Is someone else setting up a campfire?
They've already
just-
set up a campfire.
I start shouting and waving. Hello? Can we join you?
From this distance, you'd feel you'd have to get closer. We just wouldn't carry that far.
Edward, we may want to wait and see if scout it out a little bit.
Yeah, I was
We
about
can't
to
just-
suggest some invisibility if possible.
From my experience thus far on these roads, people that set up camps with campfire are the good guys. The bad guys are the ones that ambush them. If we just announce ourselves, we should be okay.
You might
Demons don't set up camps.
but there are also normal people like us who aren't demons, who don't mean well either. And all I'm saying is if Caspian's necklace there can still turn someone invisible, it might help to go scout out a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I'll keep quiet.
But you're probably right, just to be safe.
Then as you dropped out for a second there, David, they were suggesting that if Caspian was up to it, to cast invisibility, to have someone scout out this camp. So
Sure, no problem. Do we just want one person scouting it out or two?
Whoever's sneakiest.
I'm quite stealthy.
I have a +7.
Yeah.
But I think Daku is better.
I'm very clumsy, so I wouldn't trust myself.
I have a +8 to stealth. If that helps.
I think Daku's probably pretty stealthy.
Yeah, but maybe let's have 2 people go. I can cast it on 2 people, and if something does go awry, then it's better to be with 2 than just on your own.
I'll tag along.
Just come back here and let us know if something seems off.
If you send me, yeah, I can always call Alexander.
If someone needs to be warped, just call me.
So who is going? Daku?
Hello?
Daku and who else?
I can go.
Okay, Daku and Edward. Okay, so both Daku and Edward then make me a stealth roll at advantage.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yep.
Yes.
All right. You said stealth advantage.
Yep, because you're invisible. So 19 and a natural 20. We get a cheer for that. Okay. So you cast the spell, vroomp, both of them disappear, and you start stealthing towards this camp. And actually, I'll do it this way. I have some art for this, so I'll show you the art. Now, while I show you this art, it won't actually be what you see. You recognize any of those people?
Oh no.
Nice. It's Maggie.
Yeah, it's Maggie.
Oh, there's Carter
Oh yeah, Maggie.
Lewis on the
And
back.
Is Maggie there reading a book?
the other shitheads.
Dermot looks like he's cooking a sausage. Irvin Wastewalker leaning against that. Ayo at the top there. And Gus Sulyad obviously playing around with some magic.
Okay, he's a mastodon. Okay.
Oh, and if you notice as well, there's a little bit of art showing the moons on the back there as well.
Yeah. There's
Catha.
Carter Lewis.
Rudius, yeah.
No, it's me and Edward there.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Now while I
immediately
what? Let me
I
just. There's
immediately
one
wanna
other.
Put my. Sorry.
There's one. This is not actually what you see. What you see is everybody sleeping, and Galsaliad is on watch. So as far as you can tell, Maggie, Dermot, Irvin, and Ayo are resting and sleeping, and Galsariad is on watch. So, yeah. So I feel that's an important piece of information. But carry on, Daku.
I was just gonna say I thought that they were all awake right now, so I was gonna immediately cover Edward's mouth, but
That's why I changed it. Why I kind of interrupted you. Yep. But the dark elf, the drow, Galsaliad, is asleep. In fact, why don't we bring you across to the map, just in case things matter. So this is what you see. So you should all see this at the moment, but I'll just bring on... Who was it? It was Edward and Daku. And we'll say the rest of you, Bog, Kimmick, Dedrick, and Vincent, and Caspian are up here. So feel free to position yourself how you like, but this is what you see.
Before we get close, but after we realize who they are, Edward is going to whisper to Daku. Look, we have our quarrels, but I don't think this is the time to attack. I think we just friendly approached them. I mean, two group of adventurers in the middle of the desert. We're going to the same destination. Plus,
I have to
Maggie.
disagree. Go ahead and finish. Sorry.
Maggie there. She's quite alright.
Yes, I am quite fond of Maggie, and Io has her charms, I guess. But in this instance, I would have to disagree. Remember the last time that we ran into one of these people? They tried to take the amulet. If we reveal ourselves now, it's not going to end well. Should tell the group and keep moving. If not just a little bit.
Well, should we go ahead of them? Try to wake up early in the morning? Or follow them?
Actually, I do have an idea. I'm going... If I grab, like, a piece of rope, is that going to trigger the invisibility to fall off?
Nope.
Alright. And I'm going to take one of my arrows, tie the other end of the rope into the ground, and I would like to have it, or actually let me move myself. Gonna move myself 30 feet down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kneel and I'm going to make some sort of. Do I have anything? I'm gonna look back to Edward. You wouldn't happen to have anything like a bell, would you? Or something that makes a noise?
Let me see. I don't have anything made of metal, sorry. I mean, I must have some cutlery to eat my food.
Yep, that's fair.
I hand you over my cutlery is all I find. And what I'm going to do, I see Galsariad is on the watch, right? Can I see where they kept their shoes?
Their shoes.
Yes. I'm
Take their
going to try
Jordans.
and delay them by nicking their shoes. And I'm not going to steal them. I'm just going to hide them a bit far off as best as I can. And I'm, just
Okay.
trying to delay their start. So tomorrow we have a head start over them.
Okay, so Maggie doesn't wear shoes, so you can't do anything with Maggie's shoes. Irvin's wearing standard boots, which he's taken off because it's hard to sleep. Same with Galsaliad, same with Ayojabi. And you notice Dermot has completely removed his plate armor. And he's just like in undergarments, and his plate armor is neatly stacked, kind of near him. So they've all
That's gonna
taken
make
off
a
their
lot of
shoes,
noise.
except for Maggie.
Yeah, if I find like their cloths, their clothes, their shoes, something that I know they need in the morning, and I'm gonna try and steal it and move it away, just
Okay.
to gain at least an hour or so tomorrow.
Okay, as this is kind of another stealth check, I'm going to ask you to make another stealth roll.
Sure.
Once again, at advantage.
Oh, I still have advantage on this.
Yeah, because you're still invisible.
Well, thank God for that.
Okay, so we can say you stealth up into their camp. Galsaliad, I mean, here's the thing. Galsaliad is actively looking. So keep that in mind. We're not using his passive perception. He's got a number that I know. And I'll tell you, 23 beats it. So you go into the camp. And you're in the camp. Whose shoes would you want to get first?
Well, Irvin, because he's a dickhead.
Okay.
And Ayojabe as well.
So here's the thing. I think if you pick up the shoes, do the shoes become invisible or not?
Probably not. So if I see that they're, I mean, I suppose Galsariad is looking away from the camp because he's on watch. So
He's scanning all around.
suspecting. Yeah, I'm trying not to make a lot of noise here.
Okay. Creature to anything the target is. Yeah, but is that at the point of casting or?
As long as it is on the target's person. Don't know what that means.
Yeah, but at what point? At the point that the spell is cast, or the point when you pick something up after the spell is cast?
Well, it just says anything the target is wearing or carrying as long as it's on the target's person.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
For when you first cast the spell.
It's fine if the boots don't go invisible. I mean to go away this way as quietly as I can and hide them.
Tell you what, I'm not entirely sure which way that works. For now, we're going to leave it to the dice roll. 1 to 3, the shoes disappear. Okay? So the shoes will disappear when you pick up on them. I'm not sure if that's the right rule, but that's what we're going with now. So that if you pick up shoes, they will disappear.
This is now canon.
I thought you said not Kevin for a second.
Who the hell's Kevin? Okay, Edward, you're going to try and grab Irvin's wastewater shoes?
Yes, and Ayojabi's as
Well,
well.
let's start with Irvin. Sleight of hand at advantage.
Oh god. Oh, that's good. Oh.
Okay, you pick up Irvin's shoes. They kind of vanish. You have his shoes. And you can't help but think of that old saying, you know, if you don't like someone, walk a mile in their shoes. Because that way you'll be a mile away from them and you'll have their shoes.
Yeah, but I mean, am I quite heavy now with the shoes?
No,
Yeah.
they're
No?
shoes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for Ayojabi's shoes as well.
Okay, so we'll swing you over there. Same deal. Sleight of hand at advantage.
God. Why you make me do this?
Because it's fun.
Nice.
Okay, once again, you're sneaking through, being very stealthy. Grabs Io, you have both sets of shoes. Galsaliad is
And
seemingly unaware of it.
And now at this point, I'm happy. I'm gonna move away from the camp, and I don't know where Daku is because he's completely invisible, and my perception is shit. So I'm just gonna move away from the camp, find the bush. After a couple of minutes or so, put the shoes in there, and I'm not even gonna try and hide my tracks. I'm really just trying to gain an hour or two with them, just complaining, like, Maggie, where did you put my shoes again, and stuff like that, and
Okay.
and then realizing, yeah, and then I'll go back to the group.
Okay, while Edward was doing that, since you're up front as well, Daku, what would you like to do? What were you doing while that was happening?
So the spell says that it ends if it's an attack or a spell, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Daku would have taken a piece of parchment and a pen or feather. He would have wrote on the parchment, "We don't have to be enemies, comma, princess." And then at the very bottom it says, "Also, hi Maggie, hope you're well."
Nice. And what do you do with the note?
I'm just gonna approach and try to put it in Io's bag.
Stealth check at advantage.
All right. Okay. Whew. My heart was racing for a moment.
You get close to it. Galsaliad is doing a terrible job of watching, but you guys are rolling very, very well. And then same thing again. Sleight of hand at advantage.
All right.
Oh.
Another 20.
Slip it in. Io continues to snore gently. Galsaliad unaware.
All right. And then at that point, Daku's going to head back to the group
Okay.
to inform them of what they saw.
Anybody else doing anything at the top? Dedrick, Kimmick, Bog, Vincent?
No, not now.
Just waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just patient.
So eventually you guys walk back, and I think invisibility only lasts a minute, so you're very efficient. And you go back to the... Oh, it's an hour. Oh, I thought it was a minute, sure.
Yeah, I walk back, and once I'm back, take this off me, I'm here. I don't know if I have control over the invisibility or not.
Nope.
I'll attack the ground.
Can you do?
I punch the floor.
Well,
And appear in front of you.
let's see if it's an attack. Make an attack roll against the ground.
Oh,
Do I
nice.
have advantage?
If
Because
you miss,
Sure, you're invisible. The ground doesn't see you, so yes, you have advantage.
if you miss the ground,
And wouldn't the ground have tremor sense?
Ooh, well, let's see what the roll is. Oh, well, if
Only
it's
one
a
beats
17,
the
it's
Earth AC.
21. You successfully punch the ground, doing 4 points of damage.
3-point land in front of you, and I looking down as I punch the ground, and I move my head up, looking at you. The shoes have been stolen. We should camp ahead. We will be ahead of them.
And as he does this, Daku would like to sneak between Bog and Kemek and then just kind of go, boo.
Kamek jumps.
Oh,
and
I was hoping one of you
screams.
would punch him.
No.
Do we want to sneak all the way around and go straight to the caravan camp, or
We should take a long berth because Galisariad is on the lookout. Those eyes can see very well in the dark.
I
But yeah, I
think-
stole their shoes, so it will take a while for them to find them.
Can you please remind me if they know the same information as we do? I think they do, right?
They have the same.
More or less.
Yeah, when the
They're
vision went
searching.
off in the cave with the shaft, they saw exactly the same vision that you did.
Yeah, they're really cheeky.
Well, they're also looking for fame or whatever they're looking. Ayojabi seems to want to prove herself. There's nothing wrong with that. She just does whatever she needs to accomplish it.
Yeah, but she's a bit too egotistical, in my opinion.
Stepping
Yeah.
on, not being willing to help other people is not the way to get
too
there.
too bitchy in my opinion.
Oh, Bog, by the way, can you punch me and get rid of this invisibility?
Why don't you ask Caspian just to remove it?
If
Just
we're gonna-
let him be.
if we're gonna sneak around them, don't we want you to be invisible for a little bit longer?
When they wake up, they're gonna know I was there.
But what are we doing right now? Are we laying down 30 feet away from them to sleep, or are we going further?
Let's walk
we
for
should go
another
for it.
hour.
Let's walk. Yeah, let's walk for a while and then camp.
You
Do you need
take
help with those shoes?
I dropped the shoes already. I don't have the shoes.
Oh, okay.
I left them in the bush.
okay.
I'm gonna use my last spell slot for Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. And are you guys taking a wide berth or heading down the road? What are you doing?
Wide berth. As wide as we can.
Okay. So the pass without a trace goes up, and you do take a wide berth. And I'm going to say that basically automatically succeeds. There's no way Gelsaliad can see you from that distance. And you carry on for a good hour down the road. Eventually, Daku puffs back into existence as the visibility wears off. And you push
I like
on.
to think he's making an embarrassing face when he comes to.
Picking his nose.
Nah, not that gross.
Okay, can Bog, survival at advantage, please. Okay, that's good enough. So you find another warm, safe camping spot, an hour or so down the road. You set up your watches as usual. Fortunately, the night goes uneventfully. Unless anybody has something else, we can push on to the Emerald Loop caravan stop.
Go double time.
Oh, you as I said, you're like, if you pushed forward to 4 o'clock in the morning or something, you could have made it to the Emeralds.
We'll
Loop caravan.
still get there before them, likely, right? Like if even taking a rest and stuff, we're like still ahead of them.
DM has no comment on that. If you're asking me,
I hope so. I mean, I should have gained us at least half an hour or so as they discuss where they hid their own shoes.
I guess like purposefully like take exactly 8 hours long rest and like the bare minimum to keep going is what I was saying.
Okay, sure. You take 8 hours. Rise up. It's just as day breaks, the sunlight comes. You're awake. You're ready to go. I mean, you obviously keep
Done a
watch.
long rest.
Yeah, long rest. Absolutely, take a long rest. And of course, you're keeping watches throughout the night. I'm just assuming that, and no one saw them. So, presumably, you're ahead of them. Okay, yeah. Take your long rest. And you press on to the Emerald Loop caravan stop. Yeah, and a large... Whoops, you probably can't see anything. Let me just fix that for
Large
you.
black square.
There we go. Have less of a large black square.
Oh, look at that. It's full
Wow.
of life.
Oh, another horizon backpedal.
Yeah,
Where'd the
another...
square go?
There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Well, I'll explain exactly what you see. So a large stand of trees rise out of the barren wasteland. The leaves of dozens of towering oaks rustle in the breeze, and the scent of a bonfire wafts from a trail of smoke rising from somewhere ahead. The path through the trees is deeply rutted by the work of countless wagon wheels. A wooden signpost at the head of the path bears the decorated shepherd's crook that is the holy symbol of Melora, the Wild Mother, and the words Emerald Loop Caravan Stop. I'll get you all on the map. You're coming from here. Whoops, sorry. I got Kimmick hidden there. There you are, Kimmick. Kimmick, Bog, Edward, Vincent, Daku. Yeah, so once again, that's just me randomly dragging on, but this is what you see. You see there's a bonfire here, even though it's in the middle of the early on in the morning. A horizon-back turtle here. You see various goblins scrambling on the turtle. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Ooh, finally made it, guys. So, halfway of our destiny.
Looks cozy.
Do we know, Malcolm, like, as we enter here, do we have any indication, like, where these paths go? Like, one probably goes to Bozozan, of course. Where does the other one go? Do we know? Asarius.
Yeah, one to Asirius, one back to Jigao, and one to Bazazan. Yep.
Do you have that description again, Malcolm, of this place?
There you go. I'll just put it in there for you.
Ah, thanks.
And we just came from Jigao, so that means the one to the most east should be Debraxon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to see. This one goes to Bazozan, and this one goes to Asirius.
I guess there's still some people awake. Maybe we can ask some questions.
It's morning, right?
Yep. There's people you recognize. This is Justice.
Yeah.
This is Justice right here. And this is this is one for Kimmick. Put the label on this one.
Rice pudding.
Rice pudding. Apart from that, you see various Aurora Watch, which is the the military arm, or kind of the military arm of the Jorhassian Empire. A lot of goblins on this thing, and some bugbearers you see around as well. You'll see a couple of dryads here too.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen one.
I'll go up to Edward and maybe like before we all split up, kind of like try to huddle up and what should our game plan be while we're here? How long do we want to stay?
Honestly, I just want to see if they have any armor. I could use for a bit more protection.
I think
Let's try to stock some provisions, like if they have any potions, like health potions and stuff. Because I guess Bazazan is going to be really, really dangerous. So if we can have like some provision, can help.
Look, in the life of a bounty hunter, the key to success is information. And what better place to get information about Bazazan than the caravan? These people probably know what's been happening around. I think we just go around and ask, what's up?
Okay, I'm gonna check the turtle, the horizon back here.
Okay. I will tell you one thing. They're definitely these bugbears. You see they're doing business with people here. Like one of these people here, they go and they buy what looks like some rope from these merchants. So they're definitely selling stuff here. Yeah, and you obviously see justice, rice pudding, and some watchmen. Now there's
Definitely want to buy a potion, but I also want to ask about the red moon and about the person we're meeting,
okay.
or we're supposed to meet.
Would we'll
try and
talk
buy a
to the
potion.
dryad.
Do we see the horse that we kind of was looking for, like the person
Oh
that
yeah.
fled with the horse?
We never
Let's
saw
just-
the horse, did we?
No.
First
No.
talk to Justice. Like,
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
should we go in pairs and meet back around the fire in like 30 minutes or an hour?
Sure.
That's an excellent idea. But I need to go pick up kids, and I think we have a little bit of time, but I think since this is a whole new area, perhaps we'll pick it up here next week. Sound good, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
sounds
As I
good.
said, I need to go. But no, I really enjoyed that session, by the way. The role playing I thought was excellent. Yeah, and tensions as well between Edward and Caspian, but very interesting. Good stuff, guys. All right, as I said, got a dash. See you next week.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Okay, bye.
Nice set.